How's it going, everyone? This is Badass Reviewer, and today I will be taking a look at a DC Universe Collectibles Huntress. It's been a while since I've done a DC figure, partly because DC to me is kind of dead in terms of Universe classics, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time it's kind of like, I don't know, it felt like it was long overdue for it to end because we were mostly just getting repainted Supermans and Batmans and stuff like that. And then the Matty Collector Signature Collection had the other kind of obscure figures that were in the subscription plan, which I wanted to get simply to get the Batman characters such as Ra's al Ghul and Huntress here and Poison Ivy, but I ended up getting those separate anyways and probably a lot cheaper than I would have paid. So that's kind of unfortunate, but I finally picked up this. I just haven't really looked into buying any DC figures until recently. I kind of just went on eBay and looked, found this for 20 bucks, I believe. So I picked up her, and very happy. Well, I'm happy that I finally picked her up. In terms of the figure, I haven't really messed around with her too much, but she does look good. Definitely a lot better than how she looks in Arrow, because I definitely hate the actress and how her costume looks in that show. But Huntress looks nice, very impressive looking figure for the most part. Wish they would have done more of this kind of stuff in the Universe Classics line, but, you know, it's not a big deal. Anyways, overall, I think it's a great figure, and right now I'm kind of reviewing it with you guys because I don't know a lot about the figure. I know it's a standard female buck, and I've, for the most part, looked over the body, but I haven't really gone in detail about the stuff. So let's look at the head sculpt. I think the face is kind of meh. I think it's very weird looking. Definitely not too good looking in the face, which is kind of unfortunate, but you know, it's nothing you can control. But it's not bad. I do like the face sculpt with the mask and how the hair is sculpted over to look like it's down over the mask. The hair sculpt is nice. There's some nice blue shading in the black, which is it's kind of like my favorite thing when they do that, when they have black hair with the blue highlights in it. Very nice looking. Overall, I really like the purple on her too. I think it's very nice. It's a dark purple, and then there's some purple on the metallic purple they have going over the purple for like the different parts of her armor, which I think is very nice looking. But I will say it is a nicely painted face sculpt, so I can't complain about that. Her cape is very cool. It kind of drapes over her neck here with the two little things here. I don't know exactly what they are. They look like fangs, but that looks nice, nicely painted. It's kind of got this metallic gold. The cape in itself is a nice sculpt, kind of crinkled up here to make it look like it's connected at the top, I guess, which doesn't bother me too much, so that's good. Very nice looking inside and out. It's got the white trim on the side. If we come down to the body, very nice looking, painted pretty well. I can't tell if this is just shading above right here or if it's the light, but it kind of looks like a lighter black right here, and then it goes down into more black. I noticed a problem here, and this is just because they painted it on, but the skin tone on her belly here is not the same as her arm. I kind of wish they would have just painted that white, because I don't think it really was necessary to have her stomach there. I know it's probably comic accurate, but it would have just been better off if it was all white. And maybe it's supposed to be. I feel like it should be, but I don't know. It matches up everywhere, so I don't know. I just feel like they should have just made it white, just to keep the colors consistent. Over on the shoulders, we have painted on kind of shoulder. I think that's a shoulder pad thing. It's painted on. Doesn't look bad. At least it's not sloppy. It's a little bit sloppy on this side, but not too bad. She's got a little wrist pocket. It's a bicep pocket thing, which looks nice. Sculpted on, so that's also nice. It's not like a separate piece or anything. We come down to her gauntlets or her gloves. Pretty nice looking. Like I said, it's got the metallic paint with the purple to kind of accent the difference in the glove, to show that it's a separate piece or something like that. Very nice sculpting though. Not too many things to complain about that. I think it's nice looking, so it's okay with me. She got this pretty crazy elaborate belt here, which I think is actually pretty cool looking. I don't believe it looks like it's glued on, so it's not going anywhere, which is fine by me because I hate floppy belts. DC is pretty good about that, whereas Marvel, they have a lot of floppy belts for some reason. It's kind of annoying. We come down to her legs. Skin tone's alright, looks good. I like the legs a lot. She's got a little pistol holder right here with a pistol inside that cannot be removed. It's a little flat looking, but that's okay. I think it's not as bad as the Marvel Legends Captain America version. She's got some more pouches here, with the little buttons are painted silver, which is a nice touch, and the gun is actually painted like a metallic silver too, so that's also very nice looking. Her boots, very nice. I think the boots are probably my favorite just because of how nicely detailed they are. And they've got some nice shading on here on the buckles, or some paint apps on the buckles there. Like I said, just really good sculpting on the boots here. I like them quite a bit. So that is pretty much it for the figure itself. We'll go over articulation in a second. She comes with one accessory that I know of because I picked her up loose, and that's her crossbow. If that's what you want to call it, crossbow. That's what I call it, but maybe there's a better name for it. But I think it's very nice. She can hold it good with one hand. Would be nice if you could hold it with two and make it look like she's aiming, and I'm sure there's a way, but her hands are just kind of small. There you go. I guess that wasn't very hard at all. I haven't really tried, but it's kind of difficult when she has small hands. The gun handle's pretty big, but it fits in there good, and it doesn't really fall out too easily as long as you don't move it around too much afterwards. But that looks good, so can't complain about that. So that's nice. It's all in kind of a, I wouldn't say straight up metallic, but it's a very shiny purple, and I like that quite a bit. So let's go over articulation. Standard articulation, so I'm not going to go too much into detail. The head looks left and right, not really up and down. The arms go in and out, rotate 360 degrees. Bicep swivel. Single joint in the elbow. Hinge, or not a hinge, a swivel in the wrist. She has an ab crunch, but I'm a little afraid to go down with it, so I'm not going to. But she can go back, and I would say she goes forward, but I would be so afraid of her breaking because I just don't want to have that happen. So I would recommend you don't mess with the hinge there. She does have a waist swivel, but the belt kind of gets in the way of that, so not too much you can do about that. But you can get it there, you just kind of have to force it. But I would just be very gentle. The legs can go forward, kind of out in a weird angle. I think the way they sculpted her crotch area kind of makes it do that. But it goes out, goes in, out, rotates at the, I guess it's still the thigh technically, I guess, but it's underneath the, where the holster is for a gun. Same over on this side. Single joint in the boot, or in the knee, and then hinge in the foot. So standard articulation, nothing that I was expecting different out of this figure, but a very nice figure overall. I'm happy that I finally picked her up, because regardless of her being maybe like a partial Batman character, I still think it's a cool figure. And she showed up in Hush, and Hush is one of my favorite stories, so I kind of consider her a Batman character. Even though she's in Arrow, which I think Arrow is kind of just like a wannabe Batman TV show, but it's still a good show regardless. But that's just how I feel about it. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this review. If you can pick this figure up, I would recommend it. Go to eBay and try and find it, because I think it's pretty... I found, like, I got this one for 20 bucks, so that's pretty cheap. So I guess if you're lucky, you can find one like that. But otherwise, if you already have the figure, then you already know that this is a great figure. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned for more figure reviews and other things like that, and I will talk to you guys later.